MotorWeek is made possible by Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper, TireRack.com, and Haggerty.
As I mentioned earlier, the late 60s saw sports car aficionados gravitating towards MGBs, Volvo P1800s, Triumph TRs, and other imports. Competition in that market was very intense. Meanwhile, a second performance car front was being fought with Detroit iron. This was also the height of the muscle car era. While big block V8s were raging under the hoods of just about every domestic brand, one power plant stood out, the Chrysler Hemi. And while many cars wore the Hemi badge, one particular model really let it fly.
Hemi Road Runner. The name was enough to have most other guys leave their cars on the trailer. It was just about the baddest, nastiest, cheapest street racer you could buy in the 60s. But wait a minute, we're getting ahead of our story. Meet John Delane, a nice, quiet kind of guy with one nasty vice. He and his 1969 Hemi Road Runner loved to kick.
I was always interested in cars, and then when I was a junior in high school, one of the seniors that graduated got a 66 Hemi Belvedere 1, post car, ugly looking car. And I said, well, what is it? He said, well, this is a Hemi. It's 425 horsepower, solid lift cam from the factory, automatic. And I said, geez. So he took me for a ride just down the street, and that thing spun the tires so hard, all the way through first and second gear, and it set you back in the seat like there was no tomorrow. And I decided right then and there that, I really wanted a Hemi.
Essentially, the street Hemi was Chrysler's killer NASCAR engine, slightly detuned to a mere 425 horsepower.
All the street Hemis came with two 4-barrels, rated about 1,250 CFM. The name Hemi comes from the hemispherical shape of the combustion chamber. It has the intake valve on the intake side of the head, closest to the carburetor. And the exhaust valve would be on the lower side of the head, closest to the exhaust manifold. And you have a straight flow of air with extremely large valves. The spark plugs are right in the middle of the valve cover. And that's what a Hemi is all about.
Of course, that's half of what a Hemi Road Runner is all about. The Road Runner was a plain Jane Plymouth satellite body with all the frills of a New York City taxi cab. It was lightweight and inexpensive, under $3,800. Even with the monster Hemi motor, it was a true cheap thrill. Of course, some old muscle cars are a nightmare to drive on a day-to-day basis.
The car's real torquey. It's very streetable. And even my wife, who doesn't know how to drive a 4-speed that well, can drive it as easy as, your family car.
Of course, what you end up with is a family car that does the quarter mile in the low 13s at over 105 miles an hour.
Me.